On numbers 11 and 12, we're finding the area of each regular polygon and rounding to the nearest tenth, again, if necessary. So that's just one decimal place, again, that we're rounding to. For regular polygons, remember, that means all the sides are the same length and all the angles are the same degree measure. And so the formula we use to find the area of a regular polygon is the area is equal to 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Now the perimeter is found by multiplying the number of sides times the side length. So there are three things that we need to know in order to find the area of a regular polygon. We have to know the apothem, we have to know the side length, and how many sides the polygon has. So I'm going to write A equals, S equals, and N equals for both of these because those are the three things we need to know. The apothem, remember, is the segment that goes from the center to the midpoint of one of the sides and creates that right angle relationship. So on number 11, we're given the apothem is 13. We're not given units, so just units. And on number 12, we're given the apothem is 9.7. The side length for number 11 is given as 12.5, and the side length for number 12 is given as 14.1. Now, number of sides is something really easy, but surprisingly, students will miss a problem because they just will simply guess at how many sides it has instead of actually counting them. So a lot of students will look at this and say, hey, that kind of looks like an octagon. It has 8 sides. You really need to count the sides. So if you count here, starting with the one that has the right angle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it does not have 8 sides. It's not an octagon. It has 7 sides. It's called a heptagon. Number 12, that's pretty easily seen as a pentagon, but if you start at the right angle, that's the first side, second, third, fourth, fifth. We do have 5 sides. That is a pentagon. So now we have all of the information on both 11 and 12 that we need to write the area. So the area, remember, is 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. And the perimeter is the side length times how many sides you have. So all it is just 1/2 times all 3 of those numbers. So when you put that in your calculator, it's probably easiest to put the 1/2 as 0.5 as a decimal. So I'm going to put in 0.5 times, let me see my numbers here, 13 times 12.5 times 7. So our area rounded to the nearest tenth, so that number is a 7, but next door is a 5, which makes that 7 become an 8. So our area is approximately 568.8. And again, we're not given units, but that would be square units if we were given some. On number 12, our area will be 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter, which is the side length times the number of sides. And by the way, if you don't write those in the same order I do, it's not a problem because multiplication is commutative, so the order doesn't matter in that. So you're just really multiplying 4 numbers together, and the first one is always 0.5, or it doesn't matter which number it's in, but you're always going to have a 0.5. And then your 3 other numbers. So 0.5 times 9.7 times 14.1 times 5. We're rounding to the nearest tenth, 1 decimal place. There's a 9 there, and next door is just a 2. Since it's not 5 or bigger, that 9 stays a 9. So our area is approximately 341.9 square units.